Hello, guys, and welcome back to another DarthWookie episode. I hope you guys watched the kind of explanation video I released just before this video. If not, I will probably link to it or do some kind of YouTube thing so that you guys can watch it before this. I'll put like a link in the comments or something. Anyways, I'm here working on our base project that I kind of described in our last video. So first thing, I'm gonna go through and clear out all the trees. One, I think we're gonna go with jungle trees just to kind of add to the Wookiee cave, Wookiee island kind of theme. So we don't need any of these trees here. I also want to get a good lay of the land to figure out where I want to put the paths and the bridges and all that kind of stuff. So I think having a clear view of everything is going to help a lot. So I'm going to go through here and cut all this stuff down. And I've already put a little bit of time into the project, as you can tell. I'm not sure how far we're going to get in kind of this part 1 video. But I'm hoping to keep it around like the 15 to 20 minute mark. So hopefully we can get quite a bit done. I'm going to get these cleared up. All the trees, I mean, and then we're gonna come back here and I'm going to get some signs going. We got all this. Oh, I keep picking that up. Yeah, it's out of here. We have tons and tons of wood, obviously, because we are cutting all this stuff down. But I'm gonna get some signs going so that we can start laying out kind of like a little bit of a roadmap as far as where we want things going and that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna cut all the trees down, like I've already said, and get everything torched up, and then we'll get back together here and kind of get the lay of the land, I suppose. So I'll be right back. All right, we are back here, and I just finished up clearing all the trees. Basically lighting just about everything up. It's kind of hard now that it's daylight, though, to see where the dark spots are. Oh man, I've not been talking a lot into the microphone, so I'm kind of flubbing a little bit. It's kind of hard to see where all of the dark spots are, so we might have to wait until nighttime to catch some of the harder to see areas. But I think we just about got everything. I was kind of doing a quick look around here after I got it cleared. Trying to formulate in my head what I want to do, and I'm not 100% sure yet. For sure, I was not kind of really happy with how this ended up when we did this entrance. So I think we're gonna redo this, and we're gonna make this slightly larger. Something else that I'm interested in doing, I'm not sure yet if we're gonna stick with stone. I kind of want to add grass down in there to make it like a kind of match our cave down there. Have like grass and vines and vegetation. But I think I might want to cover up some of these areas where it's open here. And like right across here too, maybe. Although I do kind of like having it open. I'm not sure yet, though. Maybe have this as like a central hub and have it branch out in a couple different directions. I'm not really sure what's that way, but I know we can go up this way. I think there's something right on the other side of this hall, and then there's this way. So this kind of leads to our... I guess that diagonal one kind of leads to that cave down there, so maybe we can connect those. This one will lead up this way to a path. That will lead down that way. I'm not sure what to do with the rest of this, though. Some I want to dig out, some I want to cover up. I know I want a bridge somewhere. I just don't know what part I'm going to leave, open. I think we want to connect a bridge out this direction. I'm gonna go back and type all this stuff in later. I think we're gonna extend the land out a little bit here and kind of reshape that, and we'll have a bridge going across these two with a path that goes around and up to that. I was also thinking it'd be cool to have like an underground kind of boat ramp. And so I had this part right here where we're standing cut off. Like this is the part of the island that we're going to keep on this side of the stone. But if we come down in here, there's kind of already like an underground lake. So it'd be kind of cool if we hollowed out, you know, more this direction and filled this whole thing in. The only thing is, I'm not sure. I think that will connect with one of our paths. Yeah, so from our tree, or from our main entrance area, like if we came up this way, we running up this way, clear out this a little bit, or bust through that wall and get rid of that side path. We can have it go this way and then branch off to like how we get to our boat area. Something I did not mention, I think in the preview episode kind of before this, was yes, we're gonna change a lot of this up and dig some stuff out and put some dirt in some places. But I kind of want to try to largely like not change the natural kind of shape of how all of this fits together, but kind of use it as like a baseline, you know, draw ideas from it. So kind of like, you know, these tiny ravines, crevices here, I want to have a bridge, you know, going over them, use them to my advantage as path areas, and, you know, kind of use this plateau overlook here already. You know, just kind of take some of the dirt out that's floating, but basically kind of try to keep it, you know, as natural as possible, while having some paths through here, you know, lots of vegetation, trees, all around the area. So I think I might get a little more work done around here. I'm gonna start tearing some of this stuff down and maybe dig out like 3 or 4 blocks kind of around our tentative borderline, just so I can maybe look and see how it's starting to shape on the map, just because I can't see those individual blocks on the map. So I'm going to do a little more work around here, and then we'll come back and finish a few things up together before we call it for the episode, I think. We're doing okay-ish on time so far. Right, so I kind of ran into a problem almost immediately. I started digging out so that could start laying water down, and I'm out of food. Hold on a second. Do I have food up here? I have apples. That'll work for now. Yeah, so I think when I built this cave, I talked about adding some like stone or something to the ceiling. Well, once I fill in dirt where I want it to go, kind of destroyed part of the cave. And by part of, I mean most of the entrance. Yeah, so that's interesting. So kind of like this. I'm okay with that depth. I don't like how this is only 1 deep. I'm gonna try and get it to be at least 2 deep around. In some places I wanted it to be 3 deep though. Let's see. Oh, got him. Okay, so this will be ground level. So this is 1, 2. So this is 3 deep down here, and I'm okay with that. Okay, how's this look? I wonder what happens if we do that now. And let's try over here just for fun. See what goes on. Oh, this is good. I like this. And what I really like, actually, is that 3 deep. I think we're gonna have to keep doing that, which I'm not sure how to do that now that there's water there. For sure, we're gonna burn this down because I really don't like this build. I think we needed to do more with this instead of just straight down. Oh well. Lessons learned. Mistakes were made. Oh my goodness. That was loud. I think that's about it. I mean, besides the floating trees there. We still have a boat under here? Yes, we do. I guess I sank it. I didn't know that was possible. I'm glad we got rid of that. I like the idea, but again, poor execution. Okay, well, I just did this whole speech here and then realized I was not recording, so let's do it again. This is where we're at right now. This is what the island's looking at, all lit up. All these stones that you see is kind of the path layout that I want. I have not decided on the block yet, though. I'm going to run you guys through what some of the signs say and some of my big ideas for this project. But we're going to leave a lot more of the functional stuff, actually doing all the work for the second part of this episode that I'm going to film after this one. So starting over here, we're going to have kind of a big tree. We're going to design it either like I think either a 3x3 or 5x5 maybe. And we're going to have a bridge that trails off to a tree over there and also that trails off to a tree over here. So from the two sides, this side and this side of the tree. We're also going to try and make the tree kind of look like it's growing down into our cave down here. I decided we are going to have a boat dock over on this back side of the island. So I dug a little bit of this out. This is the area that was already down here, what kind of gave me the idea for it. And we connected it to our cave system, but I'll show you guys that in a minute. We have not flooded it yet because we have a little bit more work to do before we're going to be ready for that. But let's take a little walk along where our path will be. We'll have one path coming out here to this tree. And so if you can kind of just imagine, you know, haphazardly connected between these blocks is going to be a path. Here's going to split off towards that direction and then down this way, which we're going to have a little pond with some vegetation and flowers and stuff. And the path is just going to kind of loop on the outside of that pond. So if we follow this back up here to the split, I think we're going to use like the path block. If you take a shovel, you can make a path, and then you have to dig it back up. Oh, okay, that's gone. You have to dig it back up to get it back into dirt. So I think we're going to use kind of like this kind of path out here. Not 100% sure yet, but we're going to follow this path up here to our bridge, which is going to connect from this sign, that sign right there, over to this sign, and our path will continue. It's going to kind of zigzag down here and then split up again. One path is going to go off that way, cross over with a bridge, and then lead up to that. And the other path is going to head down this way, back to our main entrance here to our cave. It's also going to split off and go... I'm going to build up all the dirt here, and this is going to kind of become ground level here with probably about this level here. And this is going to go up to our little overlook area that we have up there. It's also going to connect to our cave system, which I'll show you guys here. So this is our main entrance to our cave. We kind of destroyed it, but I like this now because it's going to give us a really good reason to have our braces and supports here. They're going to be functional. So we're going to build this ceiling down with some dirt, cobble, kind of round it off a little more and build our supports and restyle this whole bridge, but we're going to have, or this entrance, but we're going to have to lower everything probably like 4 or 5 blocks you know, starting up here and then kind of taper it all the way down to there still. So that's going to be a part of this island project. But if we come out of our main entrance, there's their walkway up. That's going to be a path. But we can also, we're going to build the path up along this way. That is going to lead to our boat dock. That's what we have dug out. And then that's where I dug the hole. And then this is also going to loop around to where our overlook is. Which is going to go under the bridge and then have this little overlook area. This little overlook area right here. I dug some of this dirt out. There was an overhang here. So our boat dock's over there. Ore temple's over that way. Bridge going across here. This path is going to go under it. Let's see, what else do we have planned? I feel like I'm missing something, and I just talked about this too, so I should remember it. We're going to have a lot of vegetation, lots of trees, lots of plants, lots of flowers all spread throughout here, lots of crops, mushrooms and stuff like that are going to play part in it too. Just kind of like a really free, organic kind of island. We're going to try and light it up completely too, so right now I have it all in torches, but we're going to try and switch that. We'll hide some lightings under trees, in the trees, behind the plants and stuff like that, so that it still looks really nice and bright and lit up, and we shouldn't have to worry about mobs too much. But that is where we're at right now for this project, and we're gonna leave the rest of the work for the second episode. This one's probably gonna be a little long with all my explanation at the beginning and some of the work that I did digging out and all that. I actually did last night, and now I'm recording again the next morning. So I'm going to finish this episode up, and then we're going to get into maybe doing part of the path and some of the trees and stuff, some of the core basics that we're going to have a lot of. Try to space those out so we can get a better feel for how this is going to start looking and start getting these things connected together. But that's going to be it for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Come back and watch another one, or part 2 of this video. Should be coming out really soon after this one. Yeah, so that should be it. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.